Did it? Actually, wait, I got it. Hey, YouTubers. If you like what you see, make sure you click subscribe below. Today we're going to do week 3 of our Thursday night triple threat bet. And I got a little karaoke action coming your way today.
Yeah, you do a little.
So hit subscribe.
A little Post Malone.
Yeah. Bummer.
You'll be better now.
Not after this song.
Maybe. We're going to recap the Tampa Bay
world where losing in your fantasy football league isn't an option. We present to you Triple Coverage Podcast.
Coming to you live from TCP Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada, Jay Up and James Up are your co-hosts for everything fantasy football related. Yeah. So sit back, crack a cold one, and enjoy the show.
Welcome to Triple Coverage Podcast. It is Thursday, so it is our Thursday night triple threat episode. We are going to recap last week, which is week 2, the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Carolina Panthers. And then we're going to preview this week 3 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars and Tennessee Titans.
Yes, correct.
And we're going to throw a little karaoke punishment in the middle.
Not me this time. I finally got not having to do the karaoke, which usually I lose every single week. I lost week 1, got bailed out week 2.
And my arch nemesis, Ronald Jones. You got me, buddy. You got me.
Is that what you were writing about?
Yeah, that's who I wrote about, and he got me. I don't like him, and I was forced to pick him.
I told you.
You got me.
No, you were not forced. You had Peyton Barber also that you could have taken, but you decided to go with Ronald Jones. I'm also the co-host. My name is James Up. You can find me on Twitter at TripleCodeJames. Jay, would you like to introduce yourself?
You can find me on Twitter at TripleCodeJ.
Right. So you made the choice of going with Ronald Jones over Peyton Barber. It wouldn't have mattered either way. Your original choice actually was Curtis Samuel, and so I pointed out that you can't have 18 receivers. So you changed that as well, but Curtis Samuel wouldn't have bailed you out. You still would have lost by 0.8. So it didn't matter what you did. I'm sorry. It's not Ronald Jones' fault.
I mean, Jones got 4 touches. I don't know why he couldn't do anything with those 4 touches. But
Draft better.
4 whole touches he got.
Draft better.
So we got, jump right into it.
Another letdown game, in my opinion, for Thursday Night Football. It was so hard to watch. The first week, we had the Chicago Bears and the Packers, and it was sloppy, low scoring, hard to watch, let's be honest. Then fast forward to week 2, you're like, okay, Tampa and Carolina both have decent offenses. We're going to start seeing some scoring and start seeing... It was so bad. The quarterback play in this game was so bad. Cam Newton finished with 25 of 51 attempts. Less than half of his attempted passes were complete.
And once again, didn't look like himself.
Got sacked 3 times. He had no touchdowns, no interceptions. Other side of the ball, Jameis Winston. You're like, oh, maybe he looked better. 16 for 25, 208 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, there was just... It was so bad. I mean, the worst part of this game, by far for me, was the misusage of Christian McCaffrey. If your quarterback's not feeling 100% and he's getting banged up all over the field, he's getting pressured, he's getting hit, he's getting hurried, you would think that they would start dumping down to Christian McCaffrey. You would think that they would go to their go-to people, which is Greg Olsen, who had a good game, DJ Moore, great game, Curtis Samuel even had a good game fantasy points-wise. Why did they not throw to Christian McCaffrey more? He had 6 targets. Only 2 of the 6 targets were catchable, and he caught both. So he didn't miss a snap. He only got 16 carries. He got 2 targets, or 2 catches. It's just not enough when you're a team that is having trouble scoring and you can't keep your defense off the field. You would think that they would establish more of a run game and dump down to Christian McCaffrey. It was mind-boggling to me.
No, from what I've read, I saw that Tampa Bay, basically, as the game was going, they could tell that Cam wasn't himself, and they could tell that he was a little off, whether it was his foot bothering him or his shoulder. They could tell, so they were all in on making sure that Christian McCaffrey did not beat them. They said, we're willing to take McCaffrey out of the game and let you beat us with your arm, Cam.
I understand that, but if you watch the game, there was many times where McCaffrey flashed across the middle of the field and just sat down in the middle of the field, just wide open, that he did not throw to. He kept trying to throw it downfield, and he was overthrowing by 10 yards, underthrowing by 5 yards. I'm surprised that he didn't have any interceptions. Let's just say that. But there was plenty of times where I saw wide receiver screens, running back screens. I saw like running back out to the flat. He was open. They would not even look his way. It was like he was a 4th option on the field. And I understand that they have talent outside of Christian McCaffrey, but he's the guy that needs to get the most touches. I was blown away by Samuel getting 13 targets and DJ Moore getting 14 targets. McCaffrey 6? And then let's not to mention, Cam Newton is leading the entire league in uncatchable passes thrown. At 34% of his passes are uncatchable. That's inexcusable. Something's wrong with Cam Newton. Even if he does play next week, I'm not starting him.
2 carries for 0 yards for Cam as well. And it looked like every time he was in the huddle, down on one knee, he had struggled getting up.
He's not himself. We all know he's hurt. He's in a walking boot right now as we speak. So
we don't even know if he's going to be able to play next week. It looks like Kyle Allen might be in line for a start.
Yeah, I agree, and that's scary all the way around for everybody involved, except for, I think, Christian McCaffrey. The offensive lines are both really bad for Tampa and Carolina. They're not looking good, let's be honest. The third down efficiency, I thought, stood out to me as well. Tampa Bay was 2 for 12 on third down. Carolina Panthers, 3 for 14 on third down. These teams just can't get it together, and that's why I like Atlanta Falcons in this division even more. That was before Drew Brees got hurt. So now you have Drew Brees missing 6 weeks. You have Tampa Bay now who's 1-1, the sketchiest 1-1 team I've ever seen. Panthers now are 0-2 with Cam Newton hurt. So Atlanta Falcons, if they can't win the division this next 6 weeks and get a nice little lead on the rest of this division, then it's just not meant to be for Atlanta. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, just Drew Brees leaving, for 6 weeks for the New Orleans doesn't shut them out of the playoff race. All they have to do is kind of hang around.
And they do have Teddy Bridgewater, who could be a viable option at quarterback position. I mean, he's no Drew Brees, but at least he's a viable option.
So the story here on the Tampa Bay side was more Peyton Barber getting 23 carries to Ronald Jones's 4. And he didn't get any targets, Ronald Jones. So he literally had 4 touches the entire game for 9 yards. Peyton Barber, 23 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown. And also Barber got 1 target, caught it, 1 pass for 7 yards.
They're not throwing to their running backs at all, which I'm very surprised by. Bruce Arians dumped down all the time to David Johnson. He gave him plenty of targets, but even you can say it's a committee, but they're not even 2 targets total go to the running backs. 2. One went to Ogumbawale, and the other one went to Peyton Barber. 2 targets, none to Ronald Jones. I'm very confused by both these teams. That was, by the way, Jameis Winston's first ever Thursday night win ever.
Did you notice anybody else missing from the Tampa Bay receiving stats? Who's missing out of that?
Who's
zero targets, 0 catches.
Orenthal, James Howard?
Yeah.
O.J. Howard?
0 targets, 0 receptions for O.J. Howard.
His snap count is high. It's getting higher. He's on the field more, and he's running less routes. He was on the field for something like 80% of the snaps this game, and only ran routes on 11% of those. Mm-hmm. And then the coach comes out and says he needs to play better? Where? How? You're only letting him run routes 11% of the time he's on the field. So he's on the field for 4/5 of the game and gets to run routes 1/10 of that time. What do you want him to do? So essentially you're now having O.J. Howard as a blocking tight end who's almost a decoy. So you would assume that Mike Evans would be excelling in this offense because O.J. Howard's non-existent.
Godwin is.
And Godwin is the one that's killing. 9 targets, he caught 8 balls. Mike Evans had 8 targets and caught 4. So again, Mike Evans is wide receiver. I did it on the last episode. Wide receiver non-existent. 71, I think it was. Wide receiver 71, Mike Evans, okay? Chris Godwin's a top 20 guy. Top 12, I think.
We had him slated for the top 20 Godwin we did this year. Evans, we also had the top 12. I thought this was going to be a pass-heavy offense, and so far it has been, but Winston just hasn't looked good.
Yeah, neither quarterback looks good here. I'm avoiding both until further notice.
You did win, obviously, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show.
Woo.
You did win your fantasy triple threat.
Finally.
Wall bet.
Now we're 1-1 on the year. At least I feel like I'm evened out a little bit. This came down to Jameis Winston had 15.2 for Jay. Ronald Jones had 0.9. And then Mike Evans had 10.1, which was a total of 26.2 points for Jay. On my side, Cam Newton, not that great, 15.3. Christian McCaffrey, everyone thought it was going to be a big Christian McCaffrey game, had 7.3 points only. And it came down for me was DJ Moore won me this week, 17.9 points for a total of 40.5. So I did win. The Wheel of Punishment did land on karaoke. So Jay is going to be singing a song about why he lost. So do you want to tell him what you're singing? Do I get the setup for you?
There's one reason why I lost, and his name was Ronald Jones.
I mean, your whole team played pretty bad. Mike Evans getting 10 points.
Yeah. I should have never believed the coach speak and the beat writers talking about how Ronald Jones had earned more carries. He's earned more touches because he looked so good in week 1. So much better than Peyton Barber. Not good, but better than Peyton Barber in week 1. He ran with authority. He deserves more touches. And then he got 4 total touches in a game that was game scripted for him perfectly because they had a lead for a majority of the game. So my song is going to be Better Now by Post Malone. And I'm singing it to Ronald Jones. I mean, it's to you, Ronald.
Is this a final nail in the coffin of Ronald Jones for you?
Yeah, I will not have Ronald Jones on any of my fantasy teams, and I will never pick him. I don't even know if he's on in a Thursday game. Hopefully not, because that was terrible. So I'm hoping he's not on another one, but he won't be on any of my teams again.
If he's on another Thursday night game, I'll pick him.
I'm not going to.
Well, I think you'll be better now.
Maybe if I lose and you have Ronald Jones, then I can sing about him again because I lost to him because it was Ronald Jones.
There you go. Now you're looking at the positive side of that, Scoop. Ready?
All right, not a lot of practice on this one, so bear with me.
Ready?
Yeah. You got it turned up.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ready?
You probably think that I am better now, better now. You only say that cause you're not around, not around. I know I never meant to let you down, let you down. Could've gave me anything, could've gave me everything. I try to say that I am better now, better now. I only say that cause you're not around, not around. I know you never meant to let me down, let me down. Could've gave me anything, should've gave me everything. Whoa, I did not believe that it would end, no. I watched this game with my only friend, no. You're not even wanted by your coach, no. I like the other backs on Tampa Bay, though. 2014 Bucks win and it opened my eyes. I was looking forward to winning my prize. Can't believe I trusted you on this Thursday night. Now I'm looking at your stats for the last time, and I'm reeling with my brother like he's Jonas. Drinking shock top and I'm trying to forget, but I can't get this shit out of my head. You probably think that I am better now, better now. You only say that cause you're not around, not around. I know you never meant to let me down, let me down. Could've gave me anything, could've gave me everything. I try to say that I am better now, better now. I only say that cause you're not around, not around. I know you never meant to let me down, let me down. Could've gave me anything, could've gave me everything. Whoa. Playing behind that other dude. He seems like he was pretty good. I was so broken over you. But life goes on, what can you do? I just wonder what it's gonna take. A couple carries or another fake. Because no matter how the game is played, I'll keep hoping on for better days. There you go. I won't put you through the whole course again.
That was pretty damn solid, I gotta say. That was pretty solid. I don't know how you stay on beat so well when you change the words. Now, if I was singing the same words that I know of the song, I can put it together easily. But yeah, changing the words is very impressive. And I promise you, if you're listening at home, you don't realize what goes into that. Having to write the song, stay on beat, play the karaoke version for the camera on air live, it is not fun.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun, and you get your heart flowing, and your heart's beating and everything.
You stayed on the entire time, so I was watching.
Were you?
Yeah, the whole entire time.
Because I wasn't looking at the, once I started, I had to look at my sheet so I could remember the words.
Well, congratulations, punishment served.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So that brings us to Week 3, Thursday night. Tennessee Titans 1-1, playing at Jacksonville, who's 0-2. They are minus Nick Foles. You still have Gardner Minshew as a quarterback.
And his mustache. And his fancy open shirt, unbuttoned chest hair flowing like Austin Powers. Tennessee is favored, Jay, on the road. Minus 1.5. Over-under is 40 points. Without even looking or saying anything at all, I like the under. I don't care. I'll take the under. I will bet whatever it takes. That was a nice little Imagine Dragons reference. Yeah.
Whatever it takes. Jinx. Okay, so for me, I want to see, Jay, the battle of the big running backs. Who has a better game, fantasy-wise? You have Derrick Henry, who's a big boy, playing against Leonard Fournette, who's a big boy. Both teams want to run first. Both teams have very capable backs to carry the entire workload. So I'm anxious to see who gets one up on the other one. Who's going to have more points, who's going to have more touches, and so on.
Well, here's the thing, and this is why I went. We'll talk about who we picked for our next Thursday night bet here in a minute.
Right.
But the reason why I like Leonard Fournette a little bit more than Derrick Henry is because.
You about to drop a nugget?
I just dropped the nugget, yeah.
Okay,
I'm about to drop it like on camera right now, is that Tennessee's giving up 135 yards on the ground. And you just read a stat on a different episode that you're going to hear later in the week about Leonard Fournette being on the field for, I believe, 96%.
Right. I didn't.
6%.
Yeah, I haven't said it yet. I'm gonna drop it on this episode.
Drop it on this episode. Let him know how much he's played.
Leonard Fournette has played 115 of 125 possible snaps. That's 92%. He has handled 28 of the 29 backfield carries, which is 97%, and seen 12 of the 13 targets from the backfield, which is 92.3%. Hang tight. It's coming. That's from John Daigle on Twitter, @NotJDaigle.
Yes, so that just goes to show you that they're committed to running the ball, and they're committed to using Leonard Fournette as the bell cow. Things haven't gone their way yet, but when you're going to give the guy that kind of share, then of course it's going to eventually work out in his favor. As far as the game goes, I actually like Jacksonville a little bit plus the points here. I don't know why Tennessee's a road favorite. I mean,
their defense, I think.
I know Jacksonville's 0-2, but this is their spot to get right. It's a short week. They're at home. Tennessee has to travel. I think that this is set up nicely for Jacksonville. I don't trust their passing game as much with Minshew back there. I think he's an okay quarterback.
That's what I mean. So if Tennessee puts any kind of pressure on him, I think it takes him right out of the game.
Well, I'm hoping they lean more on Fournette. I hope they lean on Fournette early and often. And if they do, then they can maybe get out to a little bit of a lead and just try to bring it through that.
Here's something that was unexpected for a lot of fantasy owners is because they don't really use Fournette in the passing game as much this first couple seasons with Yeldon and Hyde and other options that were there. But so far through 2 weeks, this is from @Derek Brown. @Dbro_FFB. His name is Derek Brown on Twitter. He posted on here running back routes run leaders through 2 games. Okay, Christian McCaffrey's ran 79 routes. He's tied with Le'Veon Bell, also at 79. Saquon Barkley, 69. These are the 3, these guys get everything, you know what I mean? So that's expected. Yeah. Number 4, Jay, Leonard Fournette with 62 routes run already through 2 games. He is out there. He's ready. He's going to start catching more balls, and he's going to start blowing up. If you have a chance to buy low on Leonard Fournette, it is time. There's no reason to wait any longer. He's beating guys like Alvin Kamara right now in routes run, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the fallout is from this Jalen Ramsey blow up.
Is this thing just keeps going lower and lower, or what?
Because look at that. That's your little thing. You want to hold on to the look at that. Boom.
Make it 2 videos. There's no way the last probably 5 minutes it was just. You're taking this out or no?
Try.
I'm stopping.
I guarantee it.
And then start a second one.
No, I can edit it out in the middle.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. On to the next. So, with all that said, I think Leonard Fournette, you can easily buy low on him right now and get an owner that's fed up with him.
Yeah, right now the passing offense is what kind of scares me about Tennessee. They're only throwing for 167 yards through the air. Jacksonville is letting up 257 yards in the air, so it is a defense that can be had right now. And like we just mentioned a minute ago, we don't know the whole Jalen Ramsey situation. He's asked to be traded. Does that mean he gets benched? Does that mean he sits out? Does he
have? Who knows?
You know what I mean? He hasn't been traded yet.
I wouldn't play him. If I was Jacksonville, I'd say you want out, see you later.
So you make him inactive now. That makes their defense a little more susceptible because last week A.J. Bouye didn't even play. So now maybe you can throw against Jacksonville if there's no Ramsey and no Bouye.
Yeah, I still don't believe in Marcus Mariota, though, enough to play him. For me, the game script's going to be defensive battle. I put down it's going to be a lot of running and a lot of clock management. It's a low total. Obviously, it's only 40 points. So I'm avoiding almost the entire teams, to be honest with you. There's 5 guys I like in this game. That is Henry. That's Leonard Fournette. That is Delaney Walker and DJ Chark. So 4 guys, actually. I'm not playing A.J. Brown or Corey Davis. I'm staying away from Westbrook. And the quarterbacks, I'm definitely not even thinking about playing.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about it is that some teams out there could have Fournette and Henry as their running backs. And I hate seeing a situation like this where you have to play them both on a Thursday night game, which are historically low scoring.
Yeah.
So far during the season, both Thursday night games have been under.
But look, you get the guys like Derrick Henry who just keeps pounding away, and then also gets a 75-yard touchdown catch or a 75-yard touchdown run. Same thing with Leonard Fournette. Anytime he could break that one, and you're not going to catch him. He's a big back and he's fast. And it's just, I don't know if it's like who do you bench him for? You know what I mean? Like you don't want to make the wrong decision.
You can't bench him. You can't bench either one of these guys, but it just sucks that they're in a low-scoring affair. I also like the under, which means that it probably will go over.
Right.
But you like the other side. So I like Jacksonville in the under, and you like Tennessee in the under.
Yes, and I'm avoiding Deion Lewis. He is unplayable at the moment. A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Westbrook, like I said, not starts. I'm even considering maybe playing Conley as well as my fifth guy. Of this 2 teams, I can only play 5 guys, and that's max.
So, do you want to announce who we picked for our teams first and then get out the wheel?
Sure. Let's
So I lost, so I had the first pick.
Yeah, who'd you take?
I went with Leonard Fournette.
So Jay went Leonard Fournette. James took Derrick Henry and DJ Chark.
And then I came back with Delaney Walker, and my quarterback is Mariota.
And that left me with Minshew Gardner. So I have Henry, Chark, and Minshew versus Leonard Fournette, Delaney Walker, and Mariota. It's going to be a barn burner, folks. I think this is going to come down to if any one of these 6
gets a touchdown,
score a touchdown, you're going to get the win.
You're probably going to get the win, yeah.
So let me spin this wheel.
Please land on karaoke again.
I mean, should we spin it again?
What'd you get?
Karaoke. Do
you not want to do it if you lose?
I kind of want to mix it up, and the reason why we got this wheel is because every single week we were doing karaoke, and now we're going to do karaoke 3 weeks in a row.
Spin it one more time, but whatever it lands on this time, if it's karaoke again, it's got to go with karaoke.
It landed on a ring toss.
Okay.
So that's the one we have an inflatable hat that
you have to wear throughout the show.
That you have to wear through the whole Thursday episode. That is like a goalpost, I believe, and it comes with these little inflatable donut, inflatable things that you kind of throw on it. So during the show, whoever loses is gonna have to wear that.
I'll go in the corner, and throw it at whoever. And you go in
that
corner.
I think just during the show, you just throw them up there, and
it's just so close. Like I'd rather stand in the corner and try to throw it from far away while someone's talking.
We'll have to do some camera adjusting for that then.
Okay.
So. That brings us to the Thursday night game, like we said. Is there anything that you want to add to this game? Over-under's 40, 1.5. We kind of like the opposite sides, but I definitely like the under. I'm thinking even straight betting it and staying away from a side and just betting the under. Because this might drop even lower than 40.
I mean, it could. So far, like I said, the first 2 Thursday night games have gone under, and there's no good games on the horizon. I looked ahead to see the Thursday night games and the Monday night games, and there's literally like maybe 1 or 2 out of the next like 6 weeks that are like, oh, that's a good matchup.
Really?
If you weren't playing fantasy football, these would probably be like the lowest rated games of all time because no one would give a crap unless you're from those 2 cities.
Right.
Or
you have money or fantasy implications.
If there was no fantasy football and you weren't in Las Vegas, they probably wouldn't even get that many viewers.
Yeah, I think Thursday night, the only reason why I'm going to watch this game is because my fiance has to work late. Other than that, I probably won't even watch this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I have Fournette in 1 league and I have Derrick Henry in 3 leagues, so I will watch it just for that strict reason. That's it.
Derrick Henry in 3 leagues, and you let me get Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's okay.
So do you hope that he goes off?
Either way, I'm covered.
Well, let's triple cover then.
If you go crazy with Derrick Henry, that means I probably am in a big.
I don't want him to go crazy. I want him to get just enough to where I beat you. He doesn't need to do anything spectacular.
All right.
Anything else you want to add?
No, let's crack it.
Let's crack it.
Edit the droopy camera.
No,